Jah power. Big king. Get free or die. Heavy is the head to wear the crown. Y'all already know what to do, y'all. Hey, there's some new shit for tonight. I'm telling you, and I gotta set the premise too. But y'all know what to do. Y'all know to thumb up these videos. Y'all know to subscribe to this channel, King Jah Power. Go over there to the throne of King Jah Power. Subscribe to their channel. Also, like all videos. That's how the people see it. Make sure you hit that little bell so you can know and get your notification when the videos is coming out. All right. Now let me set the premise. I told y'all I was gonna show y'all, you know, the Romans in North Africa, and how the Romans, had the Africans fighting in the Colosseum, fighting man against man, man against woman, woman against woman, man against animal, woman against animal, and I'ma show y'all. See what I'm saying? But I gotta set the premise right quick. Now this is after the Romans conquered Hannibal. You know what I'm saying? Superior Africanus and shit. And so this is after. Now, reason why I'm doing it like that, again, thumb up this video. Like the video, okay? Like the video so the people can see the history. This something different than the norm. You know what I'm saying? So I need y'all to push this out here. You see what I'm saying? We'll get back to the goofies later. But I had to do this one first because when people play the video, you see what I'm saying? This one will play second. The next one I'm going to do will play first. You see what I'm saying? See, if I do Hannibal and invading Rome or whatever, you see what I'm saying? Marching to the doorstep of Rome. If I'd have did that video first, then this video will play first, and then the Hannibal video. No, I need the Hannibal video to play first, and this one to play second. Okay? Now, the only way we get to the Hannibal video is if y'all get these likes up on this video. So again, thumb up this video. It's gonna be a full video. So buckle in. Buckle in, okay? Go and get whatever you need and come get this history. Now, Roman North African refers to the northwestern region of the continent that was ruled by the Romans. As a series of provinces over 500 years, the Romans' occupation began after destruction of Carthage. That's Hannibal now. You see what I'm saying? That's Hannibal now. Now that's they, real first introduction into Africa. Now they also, went into Egypt. You know what I'm saying? This encompasses all of North Africa. It ain't just Tunisia or whatever. But in 146 BCE and the subsequent annexation of its territory as the province of North Africa or Venus, or in modern term, Tunisia. Okay? And so, now, let me say something right quick. Now, I got some videos I want to play. It ain't many. It's like two small videos I want to play. And then I got a lot of, and then we going to get into the pictorial evidence of this matter. Okay? Now, I told y'all way back, I think it was on the Sun God, or either it was on White Gods, Black Devils. Go thumb up them videos. Go watch them videos. The people love them videos. But I showed y'all how they had the Christians on the cross, and then they would feed them to the lions or whatever. You see what I'm saying? But now, after, which I'm going to show the video of Hannibal in Rome and on the other side of the Roman Empire, but right now we going to deal with it from an African perspective. I'm going to show you them after they conquer. You see what I'm saying now? So, after they hit that region, and let me go to the next slide, because we got to do this at light speed. You know what I'm saying? We got to do it at light speed. Now look, this is the Roman Empire right here. You see what I'm saying? All in North Africa. You see what I'm saying? So it's all the way through the Middle East, all the way into damn near Jordan and shit. You see what I'm saying? Babylon. And then you go all the way, it's all the way to the other side. They got damn them Mauritania and Morocco and all of this shit. Mauritania and shit. All the way over there at the other end of the west north coast of Africa. So, but you never heard of a Roman in history before this. Okay? Before they conquer Northern Africa, when they conquer Egypt, it's the first time when you hear the Roman Empire. Now, we know that the Roman Empire got their food from Egypt. Without the food that was in Egypt and Ethiopia, the Roman Empire would have never, ever existed. Okay? So the first time you hear any Roman or damn any Greek, it was in Egypt. It was the first time that they entered history. That just period. And he tell you don't even got no history. And then without him, you would have never heard of him. Without us, you would have never heard of him. Okay? So let me start right here. We gonna build up to it. Now look right here. It got a little glare on it. I was working with light just a minute ago, but we'll work on that in a minute. Now look, this, like I said, it's all the way over there, all the way on the damn other side by the Straits of Gibraltar and shit. You see what I'm saying? The purple is the Roman Empire. You see what I'm saying? And so they rule all of that. You see? And I get into that. That's before this. You see what I'm saying? And there's some truth into that. You know what I'm saying? But there's some lies in there too. You see what I'm saying? Because them peoples is nothing but, African and European. They more African then, because when the European climbed up out the cave and came down near the Caucus Mountains, Africans was already there. Now, because the Caucus Mountains ain't cold. See, we always thought the Caucasus Mountains would look like Antarctica or some shit. Now, this again is the Roman Empire. This is May 668 AD. You know what I'm saying? But, they was in there since, the end, of the BC time. That's when they was coming in. You see what I'm saying? Invading Egypt though. But let me blow it up a little bit, let you see. And if you notice, the red right there is the same thing. It's more, them the people that's rebelling against the Roman Empire. You see what I'm saying? But the Roman Empire ended up getting that land too. Now look right here. In the Roman, my fault, I ain't even mean to. In the Roman domination of the northern Mediterranean coast of Africa began when Carthage was defeated. The Roman Empire in the following centuries. You see what I'm saying? Colony was the Roman province on the North African coast, right there in the red. You see that right there on the right. Now, let me go to the next slide, because I'm just building up. I got to set the premise first. You see what I'm saying? Before we get ready to get into the information. Now, look. This them, again, like the video, this them, the Romans, Julius Caesar, before them, the Ptolemies and all of that. All of them, because the Greco-Romans, they the same thing. They the same, just different tribes from different. They use them names to give a strategic time on the timeline of their history. You see what I'm saying? Even in African history, a lot of them names that they use, even Ethiopia, which is a Greek word, they use that for the timeline to keep you in the right, or whatever. Now, this them entering and feeding off Africa. This is in Africa. This is the Roman, and that's why you be seeing even castles in Africa, in northern Africa, because of the Romans. Now, they in Africa, you know what I'm saying, getting wheat, pineapples, and tonight we gonna mainly focus on the animals, because we gonna get to that part. As you see, they got getting animals, all different kind of animals from these colonies of the Roman enterprise or whatever, sending it back to the Roman Empire. You see what I'm saying? Because they got an enterprise of Romans in northern Africa feeding off the whole of Africa, though. You see what I'm saying? The Romans even later on went into West Africa, trying that same shit. But, the Moors and that story, that's a different story for a different day. But this an image in Rome, in North Africa, of them coming into North Africa, trying to trade with the Africans and all that. They start trying to take shit. You see what I'm saying? But this is, again, after the fall of Hannibal. Again, Hannibal was a very powerful man that, he kept them from invading Africa for a very long time. Now, there's another African in the Roman Empire. This is a slave, though. This is a worker. If you was lucky, you could get to work for an emperor or a king, your whole life, you would live a lot better. You see what I'm saying? Than just, your normal worker slaves and shit. But the Africans in Rome, it didn't matter. They had white slaves and black slaves. Anybody could. It was a slave military state. You see what I'm saying? It was built on slavery, other, America or any other state. You see, country or whatever, superpower. You see what I'm saying? Now, if you look at these Africans right here, because these niggas these the Etruscans. These ain't no Etruscans. These are African people that's being ruled over by the Roman Empire that might have been, since the beginning of the Roman Empire. It was Africans in it. Other than Superior Africanus, it was Africans in different sectors of society of the Roman Empire. You had African builders that built the temples, which I'm going to deal with. But this African right here, you see he a worker. You see what I'm saying? A lot of these Africans was ended up, and because I could easily call this video the origin of the Olympics. You see what I'm saying? The origin of the Olympics. This what this is. You see what I'm saying? Now look right here. You see the Africans playing music. See what I'm saying? They in North Africa, the Romans, trying to dress up like Egyptians or whatnot. Look, stealing. Trying to dress up like Egyptians or with Cleopatra and all these other different folk. Mark Anthony and all of this. They got damn land up in the African house. The African was a slave in his own house. He wasn't just stolen from Africa, because they were stolen from Africa then too. Yeah, it was Africans on the other side of the Roman Empire in Rome and in Italy. Doing the same, they servants. Some of them a few was in the military. You know what I'm saying? They was entertainers, musicians, shit like that. And you see the Africans right here, pampering this white woman like she a real Egyptian or something. You see what I'm saying? Then you got the nerve to have a Horus right there. You see, got the little twirl right there, and singing the music. Now look, this them in Egypt. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, they conquered the whole of North Africa. So you look right here, these are some of the temples in North Africa. See, these, type of temples existed in Africa before they existed in Europe. Okay? Before they existed the castle or the fucking arena, you know what I'm saying? Like, the arena that people play basketball and football and shit in, that shit was in Africa before it was in Rome. Okay? There ain't no stone in Rome like that. You don't have to build no megaliths like that, and these were built by African people. You're not gonna build no, big ass Colosseum with your own hands, and you got some slaves to do it. Yes, some, white slaves help too, okay? Because it didn't matter to them, but the architects of this right here, and that physically put this shit together was African people for themselves and for, the Romans. Okay, and so if you look at these are some elaborate temples. This area is very rarely talked about in in any community. This area, that's why I went into. I had to go into some, that's rarely being studied, so I could show y'all. These are new images to me too. Again, thumb up this video. We about to go into hyperspeed in a minute. We about to hit the Horus on their ass in a minute. I'm about to show y'all their heat. Now look, man, these was built up at that time. So you look, these are shits is big. I'm just gonna be real. You see how big this temple is right here. Built by African people, living in it with Romans, Africans, and all of this. Could you imagine the library and the books that was in here? They talking about they burned the books out. No, they ain't. They in the bottom of the Vatican on the other side of the Roman Empire. That's just facts. Look at this. Look at some of these temples. So I got some more. Cause the other shit is in my the other part of my phone. So let me look right here. These are some of the Colosseums. I got some more to show y'all over there too. But look at this shit. This shit is in North Africa. These should be some of the wonders of the world and shit. You see what I'm saying? They'll never show this shit on TV because they want you to think the Africans are just savage and shit and niggas is living in huts and shit. Motherfucker Africans, especially the ancient Africans, ain't nobody like them, and they ain't nobody ever live rich on bread. Not no goddamn, Bill Gates or none of them. They got the Africans, unlimited wealth. It still got unlimited wealth. It just being took still to Rome and to London and all these European, Arabia and shit. They resources being took away. You see what I'm saying? Stone and every damn thing. They build a goddamn mosque, knocking down Egyptian temples, building mosques. That's how you know this shit ain't them. The Romans did the same thing and shit. They went over there painting Roman, painting over the Africans, with stucco. And then they go over there and paint white people up there. They been doing that shit for a long time. Period. And I'm going to do a video on them, how they desecrate the monuments and go in there and change. Because I got mad photos in my phone and, mad history in my phone over the years about this. And put it together. I go through I got thousands and thousands of photos in my phone. You know what I'm saying? Once I take some, I just keep them. You see what I'm saying? Now look, you see these, cathedrals and shit right here. You see these, this is, when the Olympic Games and shit going on. See, that shit was a political thing for, all Roman heads of state. If you wanted to be elected as the next emperor and be able to profit off of all these African resources, you had to, you know what I'm saying? You had to, put on the games, the Roman games and shit, the Roman death games and shit was, what y'all call today, the Olympics was the biggest shit of the year. And every year they would have one and different emperors would have one, and whoever shit was the best was more than likely for them to get elected. And I'm talking about over 70,000 people would be in these arenas. Them shit, the pictures don't do it no justice. See, they motherfuckers is, the amphitheater, where you don't need no mic. The Africans could build a stone to where whoever in there, you could just talk, at a meteoric level and everybody can hear you, like you on a bullhorn, like it's right in your face, you know what I'm saying? That's master architecture, you know what I'm saying? Built by African people. And so, right here, again, the Romans was in North Africa for 500 years, scavenging, stealing everything that they can get their hands on. Okay? They was stealing everything they can get their hands on. Hold on.
So now we gonna switch. So now we gonna switch. Now, I'm still in the back, family. Thumb up this video. Now, like I said, when the Romans came into Africa, they was feeding off the people. You see what I'm saying? And then the Roman Catholic priests, you see what I'm saying, was trying to Christianize everybody. You see what I'm saying? But the Africans was refusing to be Christianized, okay? And then when when the Romans went into Egypt and shit, you see what I'm saying? Ptolemy had, his underlings and shit go in there and grab all the African priests and have a council. And they told the African priests, say, look, when we want to know what this say on the wall. We want to know the sacred writings. We want to know, the secrets. They want to know the occult. They want to know the original hidden. They want to know, what is this and what is this about? Because they see the African flourishing in his own society with his, he don't need nobody. They need the African. That's why they running up and they need Africa as they do today. Okay? And so when you look here, you see the African woman, and where they would, take sperm from a male animal, spread it all on the African woman, and then, release the animal. You know what I mean? Female hormones and sperm and shit all on the woman, and then release the animal and, the male animal, and as entertainment in front of everybody, and let the animal, I don't even want to say it because the shit gruesome, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to read it and we're going to get to that part later. And so at this time, though, they got the African under siege, okay? Hold on, let me go this way. Now, we about to get into the animals and shit, right? And so, y'all know the first two rulers of Rome, and I should have put that in there, or I'll do it on the next one, because then, see, we on the African side of the Roman Empire. And we gonna do the other one if y'all thumb up and like this video, and that let me know y'all want to hear some more of this type of content. But, Romulus and Remus, the story is that they was abandoned as babies, as infants, and they had to suck on the titties of a female wolf in order to survive and shit. I mean, I'm telling you, raised by wolves and shit, sucking on the nipples and shit. And so they survived, and I get into their story in a little bit, but see, they got a thing for animals. And y'all see how they do with dogs and cats today. So imagine way back then where man, they just coming into some civilization once they met the African. Once they met the Egyptians and the Ethiopians and the Sudanese and shit. Once they met them, then that's when you start hearing about some Roman Empire. So this is the first time really, other than, the Greeks, and I consider them the same, that the Roman entered history. You see what I'm saying? Without the African, the Roman don't got no history. You see what I'm saying? So, because he wouldn't have no language or nothing. You see what I'm saying? The Africans gave him that. The Greeks too. You see what I'm saying? Now, and, while they in the Coliseum, right? And y'all go to the football game and the basketball game, they built that shit exactly like the Roman Coliseum. Hailing up their ancestors and shit. See what I'm saying? All people hail up their ancestors except black people or whatever. You see what I'm saying? They try to outdo the master and shit all the time. That's what's wrong with niggas. You see what I'm saying? But, in African folklore and in African, the Maasai, the ones that wear the red dress or whatever and paint their whole body red, they go hunt lions at like 11 years old. You see what I'm saying? They can't come back to the village until they got the whole life, and they gotta be a dope male too. The king of the jungle. It can't be no little shit. It gotta be the king of the jungle. But see, the lions know the Maasai so well. You see what I'm saying? The lions know the Maasai so as soon as they see that red, they can see that, they can see farther than we can. As soon as they see that red from the African, the Maasai, the motherfucking king of the jungle run. Cause he know, most of the time the African will run off the lion anyway and take his kill. But these are some of the animals that this in Rome. You see what I'm saying? This is a relief that's over 60 feet long. You see what I'm saying? It's over 60 feet long. And, they got it. It's on the floor. And it's a painting about hunters. You see what and conquest. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get into that a little bit more. But look at all the damn animals they stole. You see what I'm saying? And I'm going to get into the numbers here in a second. Okay? I'm going to get into the numbers here in a second. Now, let me roll. So, every politician, every emperor of Rome, you know, would throw the Olympics, the death games and shit. You see what I'm saying? And if your ass was, they would empty the jails. I'll thumb up this video. He would empty the jails and shit and have all the criminals, all the, you know, vagabonds and, you know, slaves and shit like that. They would have to fight in this Colosseum. Even some emperors fought in that Colosseum. In the Colosseum. And I'm talking about them, this is in Africa now. Okay? Let me make that clear. This, what I'm talking about, is in Africa. This is going on, you know, in the whole of North Africa, you know, the very edges of it. But it's going on in the whole of North Africa, and they getting resources from inner Africa. And I'm going to show y'all how they done got down, you know, had the Africa, they trapping animals and shit. You know, how much you think it would cost to buy a lion and shit? And why would you want to buy a lion and take it to Greece where it's not its natural environment anyway? So, you know, it would, you know, most likely die. You see, and thousands of them did. But you see them coming in. They getting ready right here, you know, to, you know, throw on what y'all call today the Olympics. Okay? And so Africans fought in these battles. You see what I'm saying? This is from an African perspective. I'm showing us in our own land having a battle and put on a show that, you know, you might not survive. You know, one man fighting two lions. Now, how the hell you gonna win that battle? You know, and that's, you know, David and Goliath. You definitely gonna lose. Your ass Goliath on that one. You know, you ain't gonna beat no two lions. That's why I be saying, you know, the Bible got, you know, people thinking that all people, that the animals is lower than them. I tell you what, if the animals